Hey, I want to share a couple practical ways to hear God in business. I feel like that's one of the biggest questions and challenges I get asked or talk to business leaders about, saying, I just don't feel like I'm hearing God. I feel like it's hard to hear God for my business. And I want to give you a couple of things that I found that has been really important for me to hear God in my business, in the decisions we're making, as well as for other people as well. Number one, if we do not steward our relationship with God, it's not going to happen. So if we're looking for God to be a slot machine and say, God, I just need an answer, I just need an answer, you're missing it. Because this is not about a formula, it's about a relationship. So first, stop. Take inventory. Am I spending time filtering out the other noises and just spending time with God? That I'm in tune with his voice. I'm in tune and connected with him, because out of a relationship flows intimacy and clarity and his voice. So if you're not spending time with him, that's the first thing you need to do. And this may seem so simple, but it's very critical that it's not about a formula. It's about relationship. It's about intimacy with him. Number two, the other thing I find is we spend time in the morning with devotional time, and then we get so busy going throughout the day, and we're going. We got emails, we got phone calls, we got decisions to make, that we actually lose connection with God. And it's hard to hear him. One of the things that I've done is I've learned how to set up what I call 5-minute or 15-minute vacations throughout the day. What I mean by that is you set up times that you stop and you just begin to put your affection upon the Lord. You stop and you pause and you connect with the Holy Spirit. And so in that place, you're able to hear him. So what does that look like? So I'll set up a reminder at 10 o'clock, at 12 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, and I'll just stop and I'll close the computer down. I'll shut my phone off and I'll just put my affection on the Lord. I'll just put on some worship music and I'm reconnecting, like kind of tuning back in, fine-tuning the channel back in to be aware of him. Because what I do is I'm aware then, as I get connected, as I step into meetings, I'm more aware of where he's at, what he's doing, who he is, because I'm reconnected. So 5-minute vacations. Number three, the other thing that is very critical for me is that I have to believe the truth that it's probably God, it might be me. Let me rephrase that. What I mean by that is a lot of people say, when I hear something, I don't think it's God. I think it's probably me. But if we have Jesus in our lives, we have the Holy Spirit inside of us, we have the mind of Christ, that we need to believe that it's probably God, it might be me, versus it's probably me, versus and it might be God. I know I'm speaking fast, but I hope you catch this. A lot of us doubt that we're even hearing the voice of God. But I want to encourage you, if you're seeking him, he's a good God, that if you hear something, you believe that it's him. Because most of us, if we believe it's him, we start to act on it, we're going to see a lot more things happening. However, if we don't believe it's him, we don't do anything. And we just doubt or we discount what we heard. And so if you start to believe that it's probably God, it might be me, and we start to move forward with that thought process, we're going to see God step in and do things more than we've ever seen before. Now listen, here's the beautiful thing about it. A lot of us are afraid that we're going to miss God in the moment of listening. But if we recognize how he's a good father, he's going to redirect us. I love the Google Maps or Apple Maps when we're going and we make a wrong turn. What happens? Redirect. You can trust him. You have the Holy Spirit inside of you. You start going down a road that you're not supposed to go, he'll redirect you. You'll feel that check in your spirit. Wait, that's not right. Obey that. The more we obey and the nudges, the promptings, the more we're going to be in tune with hearing what he's saying and doing. That's probably the fifth thing that I want to recommend to you. I lost track of my numbers, so you can laugh at me, but that's okay. Here's the things that I want to remind you of. Number one, connect with Holy Spirit. Have your intimate time. Have your devotional time, that relationship with God. Number two, set up those 5-minute vacations. Stop throughout the day. Reconnect with him. It will help you stay engaged and aware of what he's doing there. Number three, change the way you think, that it's probably God. If you're asking him for a question and you feel prompting, you get a picture, you get an idea of something that happened before, you remember a story that happened or a way you did something before, say, oh, that's right, I remember that. Trust that it might be the Lord and start to move in there. Again, stay connected. If you lose your peace, you stop. Number four is that aspect of obey the nudges. Just obey the things that you feel the Lord doing. The more we steward and honor those, the more we're going to hear him and be aware of what he's saying and doing. And I just bless you right now as you're listening to this, that your ears will be tuned in, that you'll hear the voice of God and the decisions you're making throughout the day.